return to regular session at 6:49 p.m. We met in executive session regarding bids received for the athletic field at Lincoln County High School. At this time, I'll just ask if any members of the board have any desires about pursuing any of those bids. If so, I'd welcome you to let me know that and then place it on future agendas. Does anybody have such a desire that we proceed with any of the bids that we received? Okay. Having heard none then, we will not be proceeding with the bids that we received this last time, and we will at some future date move on forward with some activity at the Lincoln County High School proposed football field. Okay, now we're still under presentations and reports, but I'd like to go just, although we're a little out of our normal way of doing things, back to the public comments. We had somebody that wasn't able to get here on time. So we're going to, if everybody's agreeable with that, we're going to allow her to speak. Now, this is Melissa Lucas, and she's going to talk about the Lincoln County High School math testing. I thought it was a perfect, since we've heard that topic tonight, to allow her to speak. So the only thing that I'll just let you know, since you're signing in and not on our agenda, we can't really respond to you. Okay. So we can listen intently, but we can't have any dialogue. So if you'd like to, go right ahead, please.
Trying to fan away my splotches because I get splotchy when I get nervous.
Don't get nervous.
No reason to be nervous in front of this group. We can't say anything back to you today.
That's true. So maybe
we're a captive audience.
Okay. I'm going to read this. I'm here on behalf of my daughter Lily and all the other students in Lincoln County who may be falling through the cracks, most of which are created by rules and laws that have been enacted by people outside the education system. Due to my daughter's math score on the Smarter Balance standardized test, she was placed in a regular math class. It has been explained to us that the Smarter Balance score is the only thing that is taken into consideration when placing students, and therein lies the problem. My daughter has gone to County Math Field Day every year since 4th grade. She has advanced to regionals, and she only missed advancing to state level by one question. She had a 103 GPA in honors math last year. And I think those accomplishments would be basis for consideration during the class placement process instead of just the standardized testing score alone. Lily is in Math 2, taught by Mr. Riazzi. She says he is a good teacher, but he simply covers the material. He simply can't cover the material more quickly than he does currently. He would be leaving everyone in the class, with the exception of her, behind. During the first week of class, he was only able to cover 2 math worksheets, for the lack of a better term, and Lily was extremely bored. However, Mr. Riazzi cannot be expected to cover material at a pace only needed by one student in the class, and Lily and I both understand that. What we do not understand is how she can achieve the goals she has set for herself if she does not continue to be challenged in a subject as crucial to her college career as math will be. She has spoken with both math teachers, Mr. Riazzi and the honors math teacher, and they both agree that she should be in honors math, but their hands are tied. And believe me, she does have college plans. She has worked for it by attending every camp made available to her, such as the STEM camp at WVU Tech, I Believe camp at Wright State University in Ohio, and the Governor's School of Math and Science at WVU. She has already toured 6 college campuses, and she's only a sophomore. She has received correspondence and offers from 2 major colleges recently, Liberty University in Virginia and her preliminary choice of schools, but not our wallet's choice, UK. In fact, she is attending an informational forum, if you will, given by UK tomorrow night in Kentucky, which she was invited to. She's determined to go further and do better than her brother. He received 2 scholarships. She's determined to receive at least 3. She begged us to take her to Cabell, Midland, Huntington High, or Scott to increase her educational opportunities, as she has seen other LCHS students do. She pointed out that she will never be in honors math again if she isn't this year. She won't learn anything new. In turn, her ACT score will suffer, and in turn, her college offers and scholarship offers will suffer. She has big plans for her future. I also have big plans for her future. I have broken the cycle with my children of growing up in foster care as my mother and I did. My hope is that my children break the cycle of not having a college degree, as we did not complete our college degrees. We have things in place for the more challenged kids so that they aren't left behind. But what about the students like my daughter? She maintained her 103 math GPA and 4.2 overall GPA after missing 2 weeks of school due to a soccer injury that required surgery, and subsequently missing 2 afternoons per week for physical therapy. She has played basketball, soccer, run track, cheered, and participated in the band. If she can do all that and maintain a 4.2 GPA, I'm sure she can handle another year of honors math. Even if, on the off chance she would be too far behind, starting in the honors class after 3 weeks into the school year, she could always go back to the Math 2 class. She certainly would not be behind in that class. Overcrowding shouldn't be an issue either. It's my understanding that there are only 14 students in the honors math class, some of whom she has actually helped with math in the past. I'm merely asking that the standardized test score, being the only criteria for an honors class, be looked at for students like Lily who simply don't test well. Her future as a college student, her future as a productive member of society depend on it. It could mean the difference between her becoming an engineer and becoming a secretary like me. It could mean the difference between becoming a foreign exchange student, as she has expressed interest in, and not. It could mean the difference between traveling the world or not. And it could mean the difference between becoming the first woman to do this or that, or the first woman to invent this or that. And I just ask that it be looked at on behalf of Lily and other students like her. Thank you.
Okay, just want to revisit, just before we go to the administrative section, a comment or two about the back to the athletic field. I neglected to say, one, we didn't have any votes or decisions made in the executive session. I forgot to state that. And also, just for everyone's knowledge, the superintendent will advise the 3 contractors that bid on that project that the board is exercising its right to reject any and all submitted bids. Okay, let's go to the administrative section. Can I have a motion, please? Carol made a motion. Second by Ralph. Mr. Meeks.
Item A, school volunteers who on occasion may also serve as bus chaperones for athletic events, academic competitions, or school outings, and have completed volunteer orientation. Item B, adult student Danielle Collins to ride bus to the Adult Basic Education Center for the 2016-2017 school year. Item C is a contract with Snack Time LLC to provide healthy snacks vending machines for the 2016-2017 school year, according to the provisions of State Board Policy 4321.1 and USDA requirements. And item D is a contract with Coca-Cola Bottling Company Consolidated to provide soft drinks and beverages for the 2016-2017 school year, according to the provisions of State Board Policy 4321.1 and USDA requirements. Item E is out-of-state travel for the following employees. Item F, agreements with the following as supervisor aides for the 2016-2017 school year, according to the provisions of West Virginia Code 18A-5-8. Item G, approval to post new positions as follows, effective immediately for the 2016-2017 school year. And the last item, a memorandum of understanding with the West Virginia State Auditor's Office to provide auditing services for individual schools in Lincoln County for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2016, which is attached.
Mr. Wilks.
Once again, I'd like to make this comment. We're required by the state to have this audit plus another, right, Mr. Right? If this is a requirement of the state, why in God's name should a poor Board of Education have to pay, in this particular instance, $10,800 for this audit? I think it would be well if Boards of Education get to the legislature and change this thing. It's ridiculous.
If you mandate it, pay for it.
If you mandate it, pay for it. This is only one of 2 audits.
I recall you mentioned the other one.
Now, you'll hear me again next year if we can't get anything done.
I guess we'll make one of the things we'll be doing when we walk the halls this year. All right, does anybody have anything else in the administrative section? If not, let's vote on that. Is that an all yes on all the items?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to the finance section, have a motion, please.
So moved.
Rowdy? Second by Fred. Mr. Ellis?
Scheduled invoices totaling $550,862.58 is attached. If you got any questions, let me know. If I don't know the answer, I can get it in a day's time, I'm sure. And also, item B, accounting fees for the following retired employees paid from the county's excess levy, and 2 employees are listed there.
They're following the usual trend lately of taking the dental optical, aren't they?
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of the retirees gone to the dental
From the
office.
short time I've been here, it seems
Yeah,
like
there's
that's
a
what
majority
everybody
of
seems
that
to be doing.
have. I forget the exact number Bernie shared that with us before.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, it sure is. Especially if there's 2 of you there.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Anybody have anything to finance? Okay. Is that an all yes on the finance item?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the personnel section. Can I have a motion, please?
Second.
Fred made the motion, Larry seconded that. Mr. Wendell?
Item A, employment of professional personnel. Item B, employment of extracurricular personnel. And item C, employment of short, long-term substitute professional personnel. Short, tonight, there's a posting out that won't come down until tomorrow, so there'll be a larger number on here for employment.
What are you, just having subs until then, Bill?
Yes, yes, we are. We are. And then on the update, it's the same as last week, except for Gun Valley, we hired a certified math teacher. You don't hear us say that very often. We hired a certified math teacher, and at Lincoln County High School, I think Mr. McKipp had called you, we had to add a halftime aide. So,
Over here at Midway, you've got 2 post positions and 2 new ones. Have we had much interest in the 2 posted ones?
I just talked to Don, he has some people in there. We've contacted some people that we talked to at the job fairs. Some of them have not taken the praxis part, even though they have a degree, they still have to pass that practice part. One of them has passed all of it except social studies part of the elementary, and she's retaking it. And I'm keeping in contact with Mr. Davis, and as they pass them, then we'll send them over for him to interview, and hopefully we can get those filled.
I mean, just,
I know, those 4
Unusual.
really surprise you because it's right there on quarter
That's what I
G,
mean.
Kanawha County, Boone County, easy access, you would think you could get someone there. But down at the high school, the 3 special ed teachers, I explained about the alternative certification that they had to pass the basic skills test. One of them has, so we're just waiting on her results to get back, so when they come back, we'll be able to hire her under the Shannon Watts. Some of you may know Shannon Watts, but she's passed all the tests, so as soon as she gets that back, officially, we'll be able to hire her in the special ed position, so that's on the route that we're going. And also this week on the state board agenda, they're approving our teacher in residence program, where if we get those student teachers that I talked about earlier, then that one fell through, where if someone's completed everything except for student teaching, they can do their student teaching and get paid 65% of the salary. So we'll continue to work those programs too.
Yeah, that's very intriguing. And then at the bottom of the page,
Total positions added, 5 professional and 1 service today.
okay.
But we cut how
Trying to
many?
hold the line, yeah.
13 or 14 professional?
14 professional.
14 professional last year, so. And we knew going in, because of not split classrooms, that this could happen.
But we've lost 190 kids.
Yeah, I know. And we get beat up
I'm sure
every
you are.
day. I need a teacher, I need an A. And we sit down, no, you don't. That's what
I
this is.
I know I don't have to tell you that, any of that. All right. Okay, anything on personnel for Mr. Linville? Is that an all yes on the personnel items? Yes. All right, before we do the mandated superintendent evaluation estimate, want to allow anybody to have any comments or concerns before we do that, board members? Okay, Mr. Posted, you got anything?
Mr. Wilkerson, we sure got a lot of Post-it notes over here. See, ramp and stairs, Lincoln County High School. Since we last met, some information to share with the board this evening. Start with the humorous part. After the meeting last week, Ray had reached out to Dave Ferguson, sent him an email or a text message, I can't recall which one it was, regarding the situation. Ray's worked with Mr. Ferguson in the past, when he was in Logan County, and mentioned the performance bond. I think, Carol, maybe you or Rowdy one brought that up at the last meeting, which Mr. Ferguson kind of shot that down, thought maybe it'd been too long since the project had been completed. Was his initial response. He also included in this response to Ray that he was still working on this, Dave's still working on this piece, to get a subcontractor to come in and do the repairs for free.
That's the humor, huh?
That's the humorous part. Free. So,
So I guess he's billing us for the work, trying to get the work done free, correct?
I don't know,
I'm still awaiting the end of that conversation.
you copied and posted that text, didn't you? I was just trying to think back to how that worked. So anyway, that was our conversation that Ray had shared with me between he and Mr. Ferguson. Afterwards, the next day, I had a conversation with our attorney, Leslie Tyree, explaining to her the issue, which I was surprised she wasn't aware that we'd had an ongoing problem. I guess that at no point had we ever really brought that to her attention for her to look at. She couldn't recall that we had. So anyway, I explained to her the history. I asked her about a performance bond, and she too initially said she didn't think that the performance bond was going to help us just because of the duration of time that's passed since the project was completed. But she was going to do some of her own research, and she's still working on this too, to provide us with some advice as we move forward. She wasn't crazy about looking at potentially filing some type of suit against this company. This Ian Powell is the name of the construction company. Because she feels like since they're going out of business or bankruptcy, that the cost that the board would incur, in her opinion, of having to hire expert witnesses, people to bring in to look at the work that's been done over there, to show or prove that this company was at fault, would be quite expensive. It'd be a lengthy process, and initially Leslie just didn't feel like financially it would make a whole lot of sense for us to move in that direction. But again, she is still working on this on her end, and is gathering information for me to bring to the board. And she said she'd be more than happy to attend a board meeting if it was the board's desire to have a discussion.
Get Leslie to go over, take her over another look at that wall.
I explained it to her.
No, let her look at it.
Well, and back to the performance bond. We had trouble before the performance bond expired. When Dave first looked, Matter of fact, they come over and patched on it. So, it don't look to me like time has anything to do with the performance bond. We brought it to their attention before it expired.
I explained that to her, and she was gonna look into that a little more deeply, but she's not responding. You know, I'll reach back out to her after tonight's meeting. In the meantime, Mr. Gosney received an email from Mary Jo Cleveland indicating that the subcontractor that actually did the work over there at the high school was a company by the name of Horizon Site Work. And that ZMM is planning to have someone from that company to visit the site to look at the concrete issues around the post and then get back with us at some point.
So this N. Powell was the general contractor, this Horizon Site Work was the
The subcontractor.
subcontractor, did the actual concrete work?
Because I'd never seen or heard Horizon Site Work mentioned before.
And they're still viable?
This was sent to Greg last Thursday, September 1st. So, you know, we've had this ongoing conversation regarding the issues around the ramp and the stairwell and what needs to happen moving forward, and whether or not we have any legal right to go after this company. Something we haven't discussed that I can recall that I think would be worthwhile would be involving the Department of Highways in this. I mean, it was their money that was utilized to pay for the ramp and the stairs. Possibly sending them a letter to make them aware of what's going on. I'm not sure who to contact, or maybe something over there, Greg, that we've got on file, a contact, whoever it was that we worked with initially, to see if maybe they can help us.
I think they need to be aware that the problems that have been there, and then they may be able to.
Well, I'm not so sure. I thought when we had the problem first, that ZNM state come over and looked at somebody from the state.
Well, but I don't know, has anybody ever put anything in writing to them, you know?
Well, probably not.
Sometimes that's, words they,
But I mean, they could probably even give us permission to pursue if they didn't want to, but they rowdy.
we could get I think it's a good idea to advise them, how this is transpired, and then see what they say. Might get surprised. Okay, Jeff, I think everybody's agreed with that part.
Well, that'll be our next step. I'll follow back up with Mrs. Tyree to see if she has learned anything in addition to what she shared with me last week. And again, she's more than willing to come to a board meeting.
I think we wanted to do that.
Have a discussion.
After she gathers all of her facts, we hear from the DOAs and all. Maybe she had a chance to discuss.
But you know, personally, Mr. Ferguson not gonna get a contractor to come over and fix it free and fix it right. He just shoved a kicking a can down the road another year. And we'll have the same talk here this time next year. So that's a joke. You can tell him I said that, you know,
The project was what, 300 and plus?
300, I want to say $329,000. It
somebody's
was
gonna
over
come in
$300,000.
And do it for nothing.
maybe we'll see Friday and Saturday.
He may
be
the
there.
school board probably.
We might have an executive session.
He may.
What if Ms. Tyree's available, if she could attend the September 27th board meeting?
That would probably.
Give us some time.
See what her schedule is, and plus it's a day meeting, and that might be better for her too.
I'll reach out to her.
She got all her facts together and stuff.
That's all I have for concerns.
Oh, all that paper.
That's just notes from,
It's getting
all
rare.
related to the ramp.
It's rare back here.
Stairs.
Okay. If not, then we'll move on to the other items on our comments and concerns. Everyone knows, Boards of Education are required by September the 15th of each year to set established goals for the superintendent for that year. So that is required to be done in executive session, and so we're going to try to take care of that this afternoon, or this evening. So I need a motion to go into executive session to do that. Mr. Wilkerson, Mr. Baker, second that. And all yes?
Yeah.
At 7:15, we're going to go into executive session to goals for Mr. Meek.